Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Mari. I'm one of the librarians at Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine, and I'm here today to read you another biography of an important Black person from history to celebrate Black History Month. Today we're going to be reading Bring Me Some Apples and I'll Make You a Pie by about Edna Lewis. This book is by Robbin Gourley. It's published by Clarion Books. Whipperwell calls the little gray bird, whippoorwill, whippoorwill. The melody echoes through the quiet woods and wends its way down the hill to the just waking farm. This is the sound that Edna has been waiting for all winter long. Time to get up, she says, poking her sleepy little sister. I hear the whippoorwill. That means it's gathering time. I'm ready for the taste of spring. After breakfast, Edna and her sister head out to the fields to pick wild strawberries, the first fruit of the season. Mama says, better hurry, you'll need to outrun the rabbits to get all the berries. Daddy said, fill as many baskets as you can. Larder's empty. Sister says, one for the basket and one to taste. Edna says, there'll be strawberry shortcake for dinner tonight. A few days later, the chill is almost gone from the early morning air, and Auntie and the children gather wild greens before the leaves unfurl. Mustard, purslane, dandelion, and peppery watercress, too. Mmm, says Auntie. A fresh, crisp salad to nourish the heart and soul as well as the body. Edna recites, but I have never tasted meat, nor cabbage, nor corn, or beans, nor milk, or tea that's half as sweet as that first mess of greens. Soon the catbird is back and the dogwoods are blooming. Edna follows Daddy behind the plow, pressing her bare feet into the soft, just-turned earth. The plow tosses up roots from the nearby sassafras trees, each a prize in Edna's hands. Edna says, I'll make hot tea from the roots and sweeten it with milk and molasses. Daddy says, sassafras heals what ails you. Sassafras makes you feel all right. Drink the tea in the morning and sleep all night. Spring turns into summer and Edna leads Daddy to a beehive she's found deep in the fragrant honeysuckle woods. He breaks the comb and gathers the delicious dark amber nectar. Edna dips her finger in the bucket. Honey on hot biscuits sweetens the morning, she says, smacking her lips. Then she recites, a swarm of bees in May is worth a load of hay. A swarm of bees in June is worth a silver spoon. A swarm of bees in July is not worth a fly. A warm breeze is blowing and it's cherry picking time. Everyone races up to the trees and up the ladders to fill buckets and bellies with the ripe fruit. Edna says, a deep dish cherry pie. That'll be the reward for all our hard work. Brother says, look at that bird in the cherry tree. He's eating them one by one. He's shaking his bell. He's getting his fill. As down his throat they run. When the wild blackberries are ripe, Edna's sister and brother forage early in the day before the thunderstorms start to rumble. Brother says, the ripe ones come out the easiest off the vine and the lowest ones are sweet. Watch out for snakes. They like berries too. Edna calls across the brambles, how about we make a summer pudding or a cobbler, or just have a bowl full of berries with sugar and cream? Oh, the blackberry. Long about midsummer, it's time to gather sun-ripened peaches from the orchard. Edna eats them straight from the tree and the warm, sweet juice runs down her chin. Mama says 6 perfect peaches make a perfect pie. That's true, says Edna, but the best dessert on a hot summer day is peach ice cream, and there'll be plenty of willing hands to help turn the crank on the ice cream bucket. Peaches, Auntie sighs, pure as angels, sweet as love. Edna plucks garden-warmed tomatoes from a vine heavy with fruit and places them in Mama's outstretched apron. Southern dirt mixed with southern sun makes a right sassy tomato, Mama says. My favorite lunch above all is a tangy tomato sandwich. Sugar baby watermelons ripen in the fields. As the sun sets, the family gathers around and Daddy plugs the melons till he finds the right one. Melons are just like friends, Granny says. Gotta try 10 before you get a good one. Everyone savors the crisp, cool, juicy slices. The children spit the seeds as far as they can. Daddy says, save some of those seeds to plant for new melons. Between slurps, Edna says, save the rinds. We'll make watermelon pickle. In high summer, every morning, even mornings are hot and dry. Edna and brother and sister stand at the edge of the cornfield in the shade of the pine trees, where the night's coolness still hovers. Corn on the cob makes the best summer supper, says brother. I say it's corn pudding that does that, says Edna. Skillet cornbread is my favorite, says sister. Then she sings, wake up, chicken, days a breakin', frying pan's on and cornbread's bakin'. Bacon in the pan, coffee in the pot. Get up now, get it while it's hot. Out in the vegetable patch, tidy rows of beans are ready for picking. Bushel baskets fill quickly as 3 pairs of hands make a game of pulling beans from the bushes. A bowl of speckled butter beans for dinner tonight, says sister. Rattlesnake and Christmas beans next, says Edna. We're rich as kings as long as we have beans, says Mama. Edna skips beside brother down the farm lane to the leafy vineyard. Sunny clusters of muscadine grapes grow in wild abundance, vines twined into the tree top. Ripe grapes make a perfect afternoon feast. I love the jam these grapes will make, Edna says. Come winter, it'll be a little taste of summer. On a cold day, brother nods, there's nothing more comforting than a thick slice of bread piled high with Mama's grape jam. It's back to school just as the apples start to ripen. They crunch with every bite and taste as sweet as honeycomb. There's so much to do with good apples, says Edna. With bushels of apple in the cellar, we have apple butter and apple cider and applesauce all winter long. But today I'll make apple crisp, sweet and tart at the same time. Then she sings, don't ask me no questions, and I won't tell you no lies, but bring me some apples, and I'll make you some pies. And if you ask me questions about my having the flour, I'll forget to use lasses, and the pie'll be sour. On a coming of winter morning, there's still one more harvest to gather. The leaves are falling, and so are the nuts. Ping, ping, ping. Pecans and walnuts clatter on the rooftop. The family fills the basket full of them. Edna cracks shells and picks out the tiny nut meats. Nut butter cookies and walnut bread will taste mighty good, she says. Then Granny sings, raccoon up in the pecan tree, possum on the ground. Raccoon shakes the pecans down, and possum passes them around. As the first snow falls, Edna inspects the cellar. It's full of good things. Nut cakes and cookies, honey and jam, 3 kinds of dried beans, rows of canned corn, jars of tomato, crocks of pickles line the shelves. You can never have too much summer, Edna says. The house fills with the aroma of cooking, warming the spirit on a cold afternoon. Long winter ahead, says Daddy. Without winter, there'll be no spring, says Mama. That's right, said Edna. And come spring, we'll hear the whippoorwill call, and we'll all go gathering again. Now we have an author's note about the person that this story is about, Edna. When Edna grew up, she became a famous chef, and she worked in many restaurants. You can see her here in her chef's coat. Her most important contribution, however, was to make people aware of the importance of traditional methods of growing and preparing food and bringing ingredients directly from the farm to the table. So she focused a lot on using the things that surrounded her. So not just fancy ingredients from really far away, but important things that are grown right where you live. Now, do any of you have gardens or plants that you can get fruit or vegetables or nuts from? Have you ever had something that was grown like right off the vine, like a tomato or a strawberry? I hope that you get to experience that one day if you haven't yet. And it would be really cool to know about some of the things that you know that grow near you. One of the things that Maine is famous for are our wild blueberries. Also in this book, after the author's notes, there are several recipes of different things that were mentioned, like the strawberry shortcake, corn pudding, apple crisp, pecan drops, and nut butter squares. And then just back to the blue end pages. This book is Bring Me Some Apples and I'll Make You a Pie, and it's a story about Edna Lewis when she was a child. It's by Robbin Gourley and published by Clarion Books. My name is Sarah Mari. I'm one of the librarians at Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine. I hope you enjoyed our story today and that you'll join us soon for more. Thanks for listening. Bye.